It wasn't just Oleander who had me at my breaking point. I hadn't heard anything from the Countess, and the sources I had in Liverpool, where she was undercover, weren't able to make contact either. I had been awake for over 24 hours, and knew it would be several more before I could rest, so I shut everything down in my Situation Room and went for a walk. Hello again, Philip Batley here, actor, audiobook narrator. We are back to Heather Slade, USA best-selling author. This is Code Name Typhon of the K-19 Allied Intelligence Team, Team 2, Book 3. So the K-19 Allied Intelligence Team 2, Book 3. It's a sprawling cast of characters you get into this. I think there are 79 characters, I think, that Heather's told me are in this book, something like that, and of which more than half speak. So the wonderful thing about doing Heather's books is you get to do all the voices. You get to do Americans, you get to do Brits, you get to do men, you get to do women, you get to do everything like that. Typhon is an absolute, he's sort of I suppose he's kind of Jack Reacher sized guy, 6'5", 6'6" or something, and he's enormous. So he's got a deep voice. So I'm right down here with this one. So we'll see how far we can go. Anyway, let's continue on. Halfway to Claridge's, where I was contemplating getting pissed, I felt someone watching me. With one hand on my gun, I ducked into the entryway of the next building I came to and surveyed the area. No one in particular stood out to me until I saw a woman heading in the same direction I'd been. She looked vaguely familiar, but I couldn't place her. Something I attributed to my lack of sleep. While she kept walking, I studied her. She was tall and thin, but also well endowed, and her blonde hair appeared almost white when the sun shone on it. Her head was down, but I could see enough of her face to know she was pretty. It was the hunch of her shoulders, though, that brought out the protector in me. She carried great sadness. Ooh, I think we've got a helicopter about to go over, so I'm going to pause there. Okay, I've just listened back, and I could begin to hear that helicopter coming through, so I'm going to go back for a line or two. Her head was down, but I could see enough of her face to know she was pretty. It was the hunch of her shoulders, though, that brought out the protector in me. She carried great sadness. As irrational as my anger was at O last night, my desire to catch up with this woman, ease her pain, and soothe her sorrow was more so. My mobile vibrated in my pocket, thus saving me from racing after her. The message I received from the Countess sent chills down my spine. EGGP 119. The first four letters signified the International Civil Aviation Organization's designation for Liverpool. The numbers were code for Agent in Peril. Ooh.